What's up, people? Back with another reaction, and back to finish the excellent 7th Symphony from Beethoven, as conducted by Karl Baum and as performed by the Vienna Philharmonic, on a release which is originally from 1973. As I said, I thought it was 77. I think this is like a later repress. I think this is like from the early 80s, maybe like 82. But yeah, the original is from 73. And that's what it says on the record. So I don't know, maybe this is just the original from 73. Either way, those of you who've commented on the three movements that I've reacted to so far, thank you very much. It sort of was an empowering and emboldening thing in the sense that I was wondering, most of the people who follow my channel are here for acid techno. There's a lot of hardcore people as well, and not to say that those people don't also have multiple lanes and different styles and tempos in their head. Of course, that could be the case and probably is in many cases, but didn't know if the classical reactions would get any interaction so far or at all, and so far not only have they, but they've gotten more views and comments than some of the techno videos and whatever. So I'm really excited to keep doing these. Let's finish off this excellent 7th Symphony with the 4th movement. I've said it before, it's got fire, it's got passion, it's full of hope. There is some tension and some uncertainty, but ultimately it will come out triumphant in the end. And again, if you've seen Nodame Cantabile, you will know that not only does this piece in general play a central role in the live action show, but that especially the 1st and 4th movements, and indeed the 4th movement is, when they show the orchestra in the show perform, it finishes obviously with the end of the 4th movement, and so the end of this movement is always very emotional to me, not only because it's great music, but because for the last almost 15-16 years, because I think the first season of Nodame, or the main season, started in 2006, so we're talking over 15 years now. So yeah, it's double layered in my brain in terms of how wonderful and epic and triumphant the 4th movement is. So here we go. 4th movement, if you didn't know, by the way, it's an Allegro con Brio. So this is Beethoven, Ludwig von Beethoven, 7th Symphony, 4th movement, the Allegro con Brio. Is it... I can't see where the... Hold on, it's so hard to see where the... I think I have to stand up. That's the only way I'm going to be able to do it. Okay, I think it's... Oh yeah, it's right here. Okay, this is the very end of the third movement. Where we left off last time. Back off, dude, you're scaring me. Again, as I said with the 3rd movement, I've heard this movement played faster. It's a more slightly slower and deliberate pace. It's a slightly slower, or it's a more slow, not more slower. Energy, excitement. Love the horns coming over the top. Strings doing their part. My God, are they doing their part? And then watch it turns darker a little bit. I love it sort of parachuting back down like that. And then it sweetens into it. It's such a complex tone, atmosphere. Again, it fits with the idea it's sort of a celebration of life. Life is complex, and over the course of any life form's existence, there is ambiguity, uncertainty, but always activity, always, on some level, energy. the musical equivalent of a pump fake. It's like it pretends like it's going to go back into that sort of galloping, but twice it was a fake. Feels a little like, almost a little out of balance, but intentionally so, like, tension. Bringing in the extra layer there to really emphasize the point. Really high and sort of soft, but then it's going to come back around much fuller. And now we really are back. Really like the last thunderous one. Nodame, it's like you can't hear that brass part without seeing them like playing it in a very like stylistic and exaggerated style. They talk in the show about showmanship, like it's not just contortion for the sake of it, it's like you feel it and it helps the audience feel it, and they take that to the extreme. But control. And it just sweetens into that bouncy rhythm again. But again, it's like both times it does that, it's instantly like, wait, ambiguity? No, we are bouncing and fun, and then are we? I'm not sure. Fireworks, to say the least. Love how intense it gets right there. One of my favorite parts. And this too. And it like scatters. I just see Chiaki Senpai conducting Chiaki-kun. Now, again, there's a tension, but it's like, because you know there's sort of a finale coming, you know, like, there's a culmination of all this joy of shining youth and life that we've heard over 4 movements. And again, in Nodame, he's like, yes, now, like, give me everything you've got, the best playing you can do, and feel it, let it go. Sing to the very last note. Spin around the cellos and the bass. The brass standing up and just hold it They wait an absurdly long amount of time, and then they finally give them the applause and acclaim they deserve. Yeah, it's amazing. Not only Nodame, but obviously the symphony itself. What a conclusion. What a triumphant conclusion and culmination of the themes that we've heard. And again, I think, paying homage to the Allegretto movement, the slow movement, there was still some tension and, potential sadness there, but ultimately the triumph and the joy of shining youth overtook everything and won in the end, as hopefully humanity just might. Nevertheless, whether you're an optimist in that regard or not, let's just give Ludwig van Beethoven his plaudits, his kudos, and his props. I'd love to be, a person who could travel back in time and give Beethoven his props and be like, who are you? And you're speaking this weird form of English I haven't heard before. You have a weird accent. Get out of here. Maybe not. Maybe he'd be more receptive. Nevertheless, it is an amazing piece. My favorite piece of all time. As I said, I think the first movement might just pip this one in terms of being like the most amazing and emotional for me. But the fourth movement, if anything, it's a very close second. And again, there's someone who commented on the third movement. I really do love that one too. It's sort of bright and bounding. It's an amazing work from top to bottom. So let me know if you enjoyed. As I said, I think I'm going to do the Eroica Symphony next, because someone who commented on, I think it was like the first or maybe the second movement, they said they really liked that piece, and I do too, so I'd be happy to do another Beethoven Symphony. I think we're going to move to a CD version, of course. As I mentioned before, I have the Klemperer series, so we could do Otto Klemperer. I forget what orchestra it's with, but I don't think that's the only version of the Eroica I have. I think we have options. So I'm going to look into it, figure out which one I want to do. Join me next time if you're interested. Really appreciate people watching these classical reactions. In any case, have a good day, have a good night. I'll see you next time. Peace.